First bummer. So these are the two parts of the casting of this base that adjust the tailstock. And this one scarfed up. Someone obviously tried to weld it at one point, didn't do a very good job. So what we can do though is someone already tried it. When they welded it, they tried to sink a bolt into it. So I can grind this out real nice, make a new one, bolt it in. Yep, just another thing I gotta do, but no big deal. You know, these threads don't need to be accurate. I can just tap this. Looks like 5/8 11 or something. We'll make do for now. I still don't get how this thing comes off. I don't really need to get it off, so I might just stop f***ing with it and then clean what this is. I just want to get this off so I can see what's in there. I realized upon getting it back that I never took the chuck off to check how the spindle tape would look, but it looks really good. The key looks brand new. Like, they didn't swap the chuck on this thing a lot, because usually the keys get f***ed up. Long taper has like a little key just for alignment. Yeah, I mean, the thing looks good except for this. This is obviously someone was cranking on that too much, or there was a defect in the casting. I can fix that though. I don't feel too bad about that. All this does is those screws, I think they push against each other, I want to say. They oppose each other. And then you just take out the twist in your tailstock with them. So it just needs to be a block of steel, clean up the casting so it sits nice and flat. Block of steel, bolt it from the bottom, and we'll be okay. I don't want to braze it, I don't want to do anything like that, because that's just a lot of work. Not worth it either. Unless I'm wrong. Some of the guys who rebuild machines can correct me, but God knows Andrew will, even though he's never rebuilt a machine. How the f does this thing come off? I'm wondering if the screws they put in there, because these are newer Allen screws, are just too long. Oh, okay, you just gotta, yeah, these are just not the right screws. No way you gotta take that thing off. No way you gotta take the rack off. Figure it out later. Man, the ways look so much better already. Do some more scrubbing. Yeah, you can see the green is coming off and leaving the primer behind. So that's good news for me. I'm not crazy about my paint jobs. Like some people, it's usually hobby people who have time. They will strip all the parts off and make it all beautiful and perfect, and that's really great. I just can't do that, especially when I need this thing to make money for me. It's the most expensive machine I've ever bought, which is kind of wild. I just don't get it. How is it supposed to come off? Man, I just want so badly to cut the pins with the Sawzall right now. I should be able to drive those pins all the way through. I think I see the holes. Who the f came up with this bullshit? I should cut them with the Sawzall. Definitely, this thing definitely comes up that way. Oh, that is so ghetto. Wow, that is so ghetto. I don't like that one bit. That is the most janky thing I've ever seen. Okay. Ah. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm the biggest idiot ever. Colin, cut that out. So I'm using Scotch-Brite, and that's only because I'm out of 60 grit sandpaper. So let's see what oil I got. I know I have like cutting oil. I don't want to use that, obviously. I don't know if there's any motor oil here. Those ways look sweet though. I don't have any oil. I'll have to get some from home, but this is like corrosion stopping stuff, I think. Saddle is kind of the grossest part to clean, that's for sure. Depends what I want to do here. Let me just grab a scraper. Yeah, so the industrial purple is wide, essentially. So it takes paint off pretty easy when you let it sit for a second. Yeah. Yeah, whatever this teal paint was, it's really not good quality paint. For my other stuff, I've just used metal enamel spray paint. You can't really get it at the hardware store because it's a nicer kind of spray. It's not just spray paint, it's enamel. Turns out a bit nicer than just spray paint. Some of my machines are spray paint. The drawbench is that enamel though, and that's the best paint I have. Or best painted thing I had done. What I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna go, I think Keith Fenner talked about it in one of his videos when he was doing, I think, a Bridgeport. I want that high gloss kind of hard crust kind of paint that he was using. I think you buy normal paint and you put stuff in it. I really don't want to take the saddle off. I just don't like doing that. Don't want to take it all apart and then not have time to put it back together and then need to use it and it's in pieces. Not something I want to do. Yeah, so whoever had this before definitely ran coolant on it. I'm not going to be doing that. I don't like coolant very much on manual machines. I also don't care if this thing looks half painted for a while. Until all the paint eventually falls off. Probably going to have to get some paint stripper proper. Okay, yeah, so it's been a couple days since I did we moved the machine in. We moved it in on Saturday. I've just been putzing around with it while I have downtime on other stuff. You know, stuff's cooling down or whatever. So I haven't really been working on it too much, just a couple hours. We're still stripping paint. This thing has a ton of paint on it. It has good primer, and then the original paint, which was gray, and then bad primer over that gray for some reason, and then the teal, seafoam, whatever you want to call it. So the teal comes off really easy with stripper and wire wheel, that stuff. The gray primer under the teal is a little harder, but it comes off. You can actually see they never actually finished painting around the machine. Kind of weird. I honestly don't really know. And I think the teal, it's coming off. I think it's house paint, just like not meant for a machine. But you could see, obviously, I got that primed. I got that all scraped and sanded away. I just really wanted to get some primer on it. Made me happy. Still got to do wire wheeling in here and get all that junk out, degrease it, all that, and then that'll all get painted. I just stripped this pedestal, so we got down to the original gray, which was on here, we're gonna be okay to go off of. No way I'm getting this thing down to bare metal. Not gonna happen. Come at me in the comments if you don't agree. Got part of this door primed. That has stripper on it to get the rest of it off. It's just funny thing. I got some cheapo paint stripper from well, not cheapo. It's actually really expensive. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. The stripper from the hardware store is fine, like whatever, it's fine. They don't do methylene chloride anymore at hardware store stuff, so it takes a bit, whatever. I got sick of waiting around on it, so I grabbed my Freeze cold strip, and this stuff just and yeets the paint off of it. It does not hold back. It's worth it. That stuff's not too expensive either, so it's probably pretty competitive with the stuff from the hardware store. A little more, gotta do that pedestal, this pedestal. So the back of the machine, I'm honestly not gonna do it right now. This thing is gonna get moved. So I'll do all around this pedestal in this little platform here and this side. No, I'm gonna leave the back of the bed undone for a while, because eventually this machine's gonna come out a foot, and then I'll have better access to do it back there. For now, I'm just gonna get this is the hard part anyways. Looking good. Inside the middle of the pedestal's looking good. It's just the very back of the machine I'm not gonna do for now. Just to kind of not spend a million years doing this thing. And obviously I'm trying to do this with taking off as little parts as I can. If I have to take the saddle off, not worth it. But I'm confident I can get all this out of there and get paint in there and have it be clean and neat. You can see it. I did a reasonable okay job painting around that stuff. The primer I used was actually in the building. I have like 30 cans of this stuff. Rust-Oleum high performance enamel primer. Every Beverly shear that's been made since rattle cans were invented has been painted and primed with this, which is kind of hilarious. But this is good stuff. Just kind of funny that they were doing a high production thing with rattle cans, but obviously it worked. I don't know how good the paint sticks on Beverly shears. The more I think about it, I don't think I have a single Beverly shear with paint on it. So anyways, yeah, it just looks so good. Look at that. So then we're gonna do the color we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna do these stencils outline either in black or white, depending on the color. I haven't decided really 100% yet. A lot of scraping to do. Actually, it's not that much. It's kind of just like getting the off. The freeze works so good, completely gets that out of there. And you might say it was dumb to prime this while I still have paint strip on here, but screw you. I was excited. See how it kind of leaves that gray. It's kind of interesting. Whatever, I don't know if that's body filler. Maybe that's why it's leaving it or something. Just want to get it looking pretty nice. The only reason I'm painting it is because it makes me go through and get all the grease off of this thing. That's kind of the reason. I don't like using a machine where you touch it and you get covered in grease. That's why I don't grease any of my machines. You know, I just let them slowly die. Ask John, he knows. Anyways, more progress. It's gonna go slow because I don't need it. Need it right now. I got the Cincinnati still, and we don't even have power in here. And my phase converter, if I did bring it in here, can't even run this thing because it's 15 horsepower. 15 horsepower. That's like 6,070 something human power. Isn't that insane? It takes up like 6,000 humans. It's only like 2 Johns, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I guess obviously you have to strip that stuff and paint it, but that's a lot easier. I could have taken the door off to do it, but I didn't really feel like it. I love it. I just stand here. I haven't gotten anything done last 3 days because I just have been standing here staring at it and sending pictures to various people. This thing's gonna make a ton of bell mandrels.